everyone in the industry and everyone in the financial community is bullish on clean energy in the long term. The issue is anyone in financial investing bullish on anything in the short term? And the answer is no. A little bit of, I think, what we hear going on in the clean energy sector is a little bit of woe is me. We can't get access to capital. If you have all these fantastic opportunities, we can't get access to capital. Anyone can have access to capital today. You're just not going to like the price. And it's not just about clean energy. This is true across every sector. So, you know, investors right now are in a state of panic, and so that has to work its way through the system completely before we can see any kind of recovery in the short term. But in the long term, the prognosis is great. And what that means in the short term is capital efficiency. So let's talk about the fact that the U.S. economy, which is the primary driver of global economic activity still today, is a 70+% consumer-driven economy. The American consumer is in very tough shape right now. I don't see that rebounding before the end of this year. So, and even then, it will rebound very slowly. People are being hurt very hard, and it's going to take a while. So I think that we're looking at an economic recovery that's going to happen sometime in 2010. You know, I'll say the dirty word that maybe no one else will say. We're in a bubble. You know, 2008, some of 2007, early part of 2008, we were in a bubble. And it was a bubble in terms of the amount of money being deployed in the sector. It was a bubble in terms of the valuations that are being put into the sector. And so, as a consequence of that, there's a mentality shift that has to take place within the sector that says we need to do more with less. We have to accept valuations that are different than what we achieved in 2007 and 2008. And that psychological shift is the biggest crisis facing the sector right now. As I said earlier, I can raise capital for almost any clean technology, clean energy company today. You're just not going to like the price. And so at some point you will accept the price and or some combination of recovery of the markets and repair of the secondary capital markets will allow for pricing to marginally or modestly improve. And so a lot of this is a psychological game. I'm less focused on what government can be doing to stimulate investment than what government can be doing to stimulate demand. And by stimulating demand, they'll stimulate divestment. So I think part of the activity that went on in the American stimulus bill is a positive thing. Getting governments to be out in front in terms of the purchasing of smart grid solutions, the purchasing of smart building solutions, even within federal and state buildings. Notwithstanding the Republican machinations to the contrary, I think that the targets around hybrid or plug-in hybrid vehicles and as part of the government fleet is really useful, because what it says is that when you invest in a company, there is built-in demand, and the government can stimulate investment by stimulating demand, which will make companies more successful and therefore better investments for the private sector.